Okay, so I did a video some time ago about the fake suppressor, the Guntec fake suppressor. And this one, there's two different types. One actually is a hollow chamber that screws on from this end, like an actual suppressor would. And you see this one is threaded in the front because it's a slip over, which means, I'll give you an example. Okay, this fake suppressor slips over your barrel like this, and you can see the threading there. So it threads on, and once I thread it all the way on, it'll be almost flush with the front there. So you can see it's not a suppressor. There will be no blast mitigation whatsoever because of that. Okay, so I covered all that in the last video, so I won't go into all of that. But the good thing about this is that it can be turned around. Now, it'll act sort of like an LMC or a linear muzzle compensator. You can screw it on from this end. I'll just put a few threads on. I'll screw it the whole way down. All right, so now what you have is something that acts as a blast mitigator or a linear muzzle compensator. So it still has the suppressor look, and it will take all the blast away from you, being that's a hollow tube, not a suppressor. So now it might be somewhat quieter for you behind the blast, but it's not going to do anything in front of the blast. It's going to push everything out of here. So that's one cool thing you can do if you get the slip over and you wanted to use it, say on an AR pistol that doesn't have enough room for it to slip over. There's an AR pistol or any type of short barreled firearm that doesn't have the clearance because of the gas block. Now on this AR pistol, I have a fluted blast mitigator. As you can see, it's fluted. It gets kind of narrow in there. It's like a flute, and it sends all the blast out in front of you, somewhat mitigating the sound behind the blast, but really not suppressing the blast at all, in front of the gun. So that's the same principle, although it's a little bit longer and than that. Now I also have another muzzle compensator, which this compensator here, you can see how vented it is. And what you have, you see the threading. Well, give me 1 second. That little sleeve there goes over the threading. And so you have, again, something sort of like a forward blast mitigator. And I'll screw this on so you can see. All right, so that's screwed on. And if you look down in there, you can see how much, when that blast comes out of those vent holes, how all it's going to shoot forth. So it does mitigate the sound behind the blast, but not in front of it. So, but this video is really not about this. It's about how you can use the hollow slip over sleeve on your gun to make it like a blast mitigator. So that's one of the cool things you can do with that slip over sleeve. Now, you don't have to get the slip over sleeve. Like I said, they have that other one, and I explained all that in the other video. But you can see it's just a big hollow tube there, and not a suppressor. It screws on nicely from that end, and I would use a crush washer at the bottom of that. And you'll have a forward blast, somewhat mitigating the sound behind the blast. Now this is the fluted muzzle compensator that's on the AR pistol. Now the reason why this particular slip over won't work on the AR pistol is because of the gas block. I'll show you here. Now if you were to try to put this over like this, you'd end up hitting the gas block. See if I can show you where see the gas block right in there? So it would come back further than the gas block. So it wouldn't allow you to use it as a slip over. But if you turned it around, you could put it right on there and you'd still have, use of it. So since my video on the slip over Guntec fake suppressor sleeve went so well and there were so many questions, I thought that I would do this video just to answer a few of those questions and show how the slip over can be used. Now I do have the one that threads from this end, so it wouldn't be a big hole here. It would be, closed off and threaded for you to just thread it on right there, just like that. And it's a cord tube. So it would be, see the diameter of where the threading is? Now, see the diameter there? So it's not a total hollow tube like the slip over is. It will be cored through to the diameter of where the threaded end is. So it's just like straight through, none of that big hollow area. Just a straight core straight through that diameter right there. So either way you want to go, whether you want to use the slip over and reverse it or get the one that screws on from this end. Now I have that other one, but it's on another gun that I don't feel like digging for it and taking it out and show it, because I just want to make a quick video here. All right, so yeah, you can use that one or you can use this one, either one. This one works more as a blast mitigator if you reverse it, if you slip it over your 16-inch barrel. And another question that a lot of people have been asking is, what is the length of the rail? That's 12 inches, 16-inch barrel. Okay, the gas block sits about right back here. So you have plenty of room to slip this over without it interfering with your gas block. So anyway, I hope that answers some of the questions. And if you have another question, just ask. All right, everyone, thanks for watching.